In this video, I will be covering the new instruction that was released 2 weeks ago today on June 6, 2022. And it's from RTC, and it has to deal with wearing your own personal running shoes in Navy boot camp. Now, for those that are not familiar with the process, or maybe you went through years ago, the Navy has been issuing what the recruits refer to as Go Fasters. They're American-made shoes for quite a few years. And they released this instruction, this update. It has been approved, and the purpose of this instruction, as it states, and I'll put it up here on the screen for you to see, to allow recruits to wear their own athletic shoes if they choose in an effort to reduce running-related injuries. So, this is great news for those of you that have not shipped out. For those of you that have had somebody, a loved one, ship out, they're maybe currently in boot camp, especially just maybe 1 or 2 weeks in. There's some good news for them also, and I'll cover that later in the video. Just so everybody understands, it is not a requirement. You are not required to wear your civilian shoes. It is an option. If you decide that you do not want to wear your civilian shoes, regardless if you do or do not, every recruit is still going to be issued a pair of Go Fasters. That is the policy. You're going to, regardless, you're going to have your own pair of Navy issued shoes, but you have that option of wearing your civilian shoes. Now, when you get there on the night of arrival, we'll actually ask you, do you choose to wear your running shoes? If you say yes, they will look over the shoes to see if they meet the criteria, and I'm going to tell you what that criteria is here in a moment. But they will ask you before putting them in the box. So if you say, no, I do not want to wear them, they'll go in the DITY box, a DITY issue when you're getting your gear. But if there's a question, maybe about the type of shoe or just something about the shoe, that's when the chief of the deck will have to make a decision. Yes, you can use the shoes, or no, you cannot. But like I said, I'll tell you that criteria here in a moment. So one thing that they will tell you on night of arrival is you will have to take, and this is my pair of running shoes here, I'll use it as an example. You're going to have to stencil your shoes, and they will let you know this. If for some reason you say, no, I do not want to stencil my personal shoes, then you must wear the Go Fasters. All of your gear, for those that have already been through boot camp, no, everything has to be stenciled. But if you say no, then you cannot use your personal shoes. If you say yes, and they're approved shoes, then that's great. But regardless, everyone still gets the Go Fasters. Now, I'm going to put the policy up here so you can see it black and white. The policy states, all recruits shall be given an option to wear their own AFW. AFW stands for athletic footwear. Per reference A in the instruction, your athletic footwear should be comfortable and support the planned exercise. Color is optional. All recruits will still be issued the All-American made shoes in compliance with the Berry Amendment. Now, this is what I just stated, that regardless, you're going to get the Go Fasters. Berry Amendment, that has to do with American-made companies making gear for the military branches. That's what that is. So your athletic shoes, they must present a good taste in color and be acceptable appearance when in uniform. So I would not recommend showing up in bright orange shoes or some other neon color or something really wild. I'd keep it very simplistic, black, white, blue, something of that nature, just to make it easier on yourself in boot camp. So the criteria for the shoes: running shoes with laces. The color is optional. The instruction states, as long as the color is acceptable in uniform and is in good taste. The shoe also must support the planned exercises in boot camp. So, like I said, running shoes, because the main thing you're going to do wearing the shoes is the 1.5 mile run. Also, no 5-finger shoes. If you're not familiar with 5-finger shoes, the first thing for me that comes to mind are the Vibrams. Very comfortable, but they are not authorized. No minimalist casual footwear. In the instruction, it actually uses, as an example, Vans. These are not authorized. I've actually had sailors show up for a PRT wearing Vans. Not authorized. It also states in the instruction, no Air Jordans. Those are the 2 shoes that they used as an example. So, other criteria: no Velcro, no non-lace shoes, no speed lace shoes. Those right there are the main criteria for the shoes. For those that have a loved one that are currently at boot camp, and you're wondering, maybe they have a good pair of shoes, a $150 pair of shoes. As one parent said, I purchased for my daughter and she left them here because, this was before the policy changed. What about her? Okay. Now, before somebody says RTC on their webpage states no packages, that is what they state. However, in the instruction, second page, it actually states, and I will put it up here on the screen, recruits who did not bring their own athletic footwear may have a family member or friend mail an approved pair of shoes in accordance with the references A, B, and this instruction. So, if you have a loved one right now in boot camp, especially if they just shipped out and they're maybe like in the first 1, 2, or 3 weeks, if you want to send them their shoes, once you get their mailing address, you're going to wait for that form letter. If you want to mail them their shoes, you have authorization to do so. This is from the Command Master Chief, the CMC, up at RTC. You do have that authorization to mail the shoes. Just put a requested item on the outside of the package. But once again, you have to wait until you receive their form letter with their mailing address. So if you have any further questions about the instruction, about boot camp, about A-School, the fleet, anything at all, you can comment down below. You can contact me on Instagram or send me an email. I would love to hear from you. And until the next video, please take care, be safe, and I hope everyone has a great day. Bye.